right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line. Great effort defensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Looking for a throw here. Into the hands of Pat Fryermuth. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A big 34-yard pickup there. And that's a Steelers' 1st down. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he runs this one down across the 35 and inside the 30. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know. And you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
Handoff on 2nd and short. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
May not be the way he typically gets the ball, Kate, but once he had it in his hands like a reception, he knew what to do with it. He smelled that 1st down, and he went and got it.
The Steelers making their red zone debut in this one. They've got 1st and 10 right along the 20. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
To be a stud back in this league, it takes more than just checking the athletic boxes. There's an IQ, a feel, a patience and craftiness required, along with just tremendous vision. He showed all of it navigating that run up the middle.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. Another carry for him. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
These stops, they don't always make the end-of-game highlight reels, but they absolutely should. The coaches and players know it. Offenses are always counting on yards on that type of run. And anytime it results in a loss, it could be a potential drive killer.
This time it's a passing play. He brings it in. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
3rd down from the gun. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers finish up an excellent opening series. It's a DK Metcalf touchdown. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone, getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
Now Now Boswell on to send this away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They're out and set. 1st and 10. They'll run it here with Bijan Robinson. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Hit applied by Keanu Benton. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future. This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Daniels throwing on 3rd. Caught, nice game left side. The 30. Gets it to the 15. Touchdown, Atlanta! The Falcons finish off their opening drive. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown in the opening drive. And defensively, it starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Plowing up the middle. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up 2nd down.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Looking to the air here. Pass taken in by Freiermuth. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. The big play nets him 17 yards. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh 1st down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's brought down for a loss.
Sometimes the surprises work out for a nice game. And sometimes, well, those surprises, they don't surprise anybody, and you're left hoping your running back just gets up.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
3rd and long for him here. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it, except for this defense. It just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And the Falcons will take over. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Hey, let's make some good calls, offense.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. Complete. It's Bijan Robinson. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it's good for an Atlanta first down. That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. We'll make our return to Mercedes-Benz Stadium after this. Back for our second quarter. It's Falcons football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Cut out left. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
On second down, Robinson. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
They're now set for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Daniels. Completed over the middle. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Tackling like his dad, Joey Porter Jr. making that play.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Daniels from the pistol. And look at the footwork there. Touchdown! The Falcons take a second quarter lead. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Cool, all lined up and ready to boot this one away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Look at this, the wideout gets it to start this drive. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Oh, man, that just stuns you. That's exactly what you'd not think is going to happen on a first down run. Likely need now a big gain on second to try to get back on schedule.
Offense to the line for second down. Takes the handoff, now to throw. Throw secured by George Pickett. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
Back to throw. Short pass brought in. A lot of mess on the move here. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kay, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone.
And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. Well, he found himself some space to work, and from there, all athleticism as he made his way in for 6.
You know, you run the ball down in the red zone, Kate, you're not always thinking touchdowns, right? Space is so hard to come by. But you're exactly right. His athleticism, his explosion, his speed, it puts 6 on the board for the offense.
Now Boswell on to send this away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Cole Holcomb there on the stop.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 34. Complete out to the right side. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
First and 10, a run to Robinson. He's contained at the line for no gain. Tackling like his dad, Joey Porter Jr. making that play. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
As a corner in this league, well, you can go to the Pro Bowl if you can cover. But you want to be an all-pro, you stick someone like that.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. From the gun, it's Daniels. Able to hit Robinson, complete. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. They gain 14 on the play. And the Falcons will have a first. It's the 2-minute warning now from Atlanta. It's the Falcons looking at 1st and 10. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Daniels on first down. He has it at the 5. All the way, that's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons get some late points and the lead. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown. Extra point by Koo is up and good. And the Falcons break that tie and now lead by 7. Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now he'll throw off the play fake. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. He'll look to throw. He's going deep this time. Oh, it's an interception. Bryce Hall picks it. And the Falcons get the football as he makes his third interception of this season. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
We've got enough data now through the years to understand that an explosive play on offense, more often than not, leads to scoring. We also know if you can create a negative play defensively. In a tightly contested game like this, every play matters. And to get that negative play, put this offense on their heels, exactly what this defense needed.
That's brought in by Mooney. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
First and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Finds the in route complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Timeout called by Atlanta. That's going to be at second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Play fake here. Daniels bails out of the pocket quick. And he's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons will add to their lead at the end of the half. And that, Brock, I know you're keeping track, but just in case our audience isn't, his 4th first-half passing touchdown. At the pace he's on, this would be a new record if he has a second half to match this one. That one splits the uprights. And the Falcons double their lead to 14. Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. A little less than 30 seconds to go as they begin this drive. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And the Falcons might be able to get some points late after the interception. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he'll go out of bounds just short of the red zone. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it's good for an Atlanta first down. To throw, Daniels. He's on the move. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover, wisely throwing it away.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Now Daniels to throw. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up third down.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
The kick by Lutz is good. And that makes this a 3-score game.
Well, nothing to critique there. Good snap, good hold, and he puts it through to pay off the drive with 3 points.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. No return as this bounces into the end zone. The ball's coming out to the 20. Here comes the final play of our first half. He's back to throw. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down, and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter. Now Boswell on to send this away. Fielded at the 7. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Now Daniels off the play action. He'll get this complete to Mooney. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just 1 play. A give left side. Here's Robinson. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
I don't know, kid. I didn't think he had it. That back did. He knew exactly where he had to get for the 1st down. Pops up right away and signals 1st down.
Now they send their back in motion right. Got a man. Robinson has it. And they bring him down around the 34.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
From the gun, it's Robinson. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
We know how hard explosive plays can be in the NFL, and so often they come via the air. What a great help for the offense to find an explosive play on the ground. Well done.
On 1st down, here's Daniels. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Escapes the pocket. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You love a huddle? Okay, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. Has it in close. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space.
And he gets in, touchdown! The Falcons grow the lead coming out at halftime. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. Coup on now for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Falcons make it a 24-point ball game. Coup all lined up and ready to boot this one away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all. So they're going to give them a drive starting at the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Austin put in motion right. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Behind Diablo there on the tackle. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. From the 32. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. It was there, he just couldn't corral it. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
Searches from the pocket. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. He was looking DK Metcalf's way there. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Oh, and it's a fake punter with the football. And it's intercepted. The defense wasn't fooled at all. Bryce Hall picks it.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Interception! On that back!
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Robinson on the inside give. And he's going to run this down to the 36-yard line. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 36. Caught, nice gain left side. And he's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Koo on now for the extra point. The point after splits the upright. And the Falcons continue piling onto this lead. Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. That throw finds Pickens. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. They go play action on first. Caught by Freiermuth. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's a Steelers first down. Back to throw. Oh no, they get him yet again. Picked off by Divine Diablo. And the drive will start out with a first and 10. Here's a counter give to Robinson. He breaks the tackle. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. That stop made by T.J. Watt. Nothing gained or lost on that run, and now it's 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, Daniels. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. How about a big hitter, 30, 40 yards there and a new set of downs?
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
It's into the hands of Mooney. And they bring him down around the 34. Now hang on, looks like somebody came out after that play a little shaken up. Not sure we saw exactly what happened, but he'll get some assistance now. Here's Robinson up the middle. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Thankfully, only... Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Staying with Robinson. And he'll get down to the 21-yard line before he stopped. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 21. Called in left side. And he's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. is running them out of the building. Coup on now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Falcons grow their lead yet again. Coup all lined up and ready to boot this one away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Right up. The lateral goes haywire. Fumble. Oh, he gets it back.
You know what? Everybody on the field is going to make mistakes. The key is to clean that up as quickly as he can. Ball carrier loses possession, but he doesn't panic and lose composure. Instead, he hops on the ball.
And he goes down. The Falcons got to him. That pushes him back. Third down coming up.
Yeah, let's give some credit to the defense here, Kate. Right? We talk about explosive plays. Every offense is looking for them. But when a defense can go back-to-back, Jack, with the tackle for loss and a sack, well, they're more than doing their job.
The lateral goes haywire. It's out. And they scoop it up. Time to push for the line. And that play backfired. He's brought down way behind the line. Well, they scrambled back on top of the fumble. They lose a ton, though, and now they've got fourth down coming up.
Yeah, recovering it really only brought you one more play. With how much they lost on that play, well, here come the special teams. And now, now they got to be special.
Okay, don't see this often. He makes the fair catch deep into enemy territory. So no return on that punt. And the Falcons are going to be in great shape as they take over. Now the give for Bijan. And without much room, he's going to go down at the 32-yard line. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Another carry for Robinson. And he doesn't find open space. He only finds a defender who makes the stop. Back-to-back runs yielding just 2 yards, and now it's 3rd and 8.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday, but doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. From the gun, it's Daniels. Cut at the 10-yard line. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. They got a handful on the play, now need a handful more. 5 yards on 2nd and goal.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Fullback trying to power it across. Only a yard on the game there, and now it's going to bring up 3rd and goal from the 4. That's the 2-minute warning here from Atlanta. Falcons close to picking up their 5th win. They've held them out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Robinson. And he cannot shake the tackler along the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back stands from this front. No gain on the play brings up 4th and goal. The kick by Lutz is good. And a fairly insurmountable lead grows by 3 more.
Get another shot across the bow of the ship. It's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
Cool, all lined up and ready to boot this one away. Here's a return from the 7. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down.
Steelers take over a first down 10 at their own 32-yard line.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. They take a knee, and that's going to force that defense to burn a timeout if they want to save any clock here. They take a knee, and that's going to force that defense to burn a timeout if they want to save any clock here. This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. They take a knee, and that's going to force that defense to burn a timeout if they want to save any clock here. So the Falcons defend their building and take the win at home. And it's not quite a full game shutout, Brock, but keeping that other side off the board in the second half, that sure went a long way towards securing them this win.